Here is a Carrier Super WeatherMaker air conditioner. This is a 33,000 BTU machine, which is pretty much 3 tons. This is one of the most powerful air conditioners ever made in this form factor. There was a 36,000 BTU version, and as far as I know it, 36,000 BTU, which is a true 3 tons, is the largest capacity that we've seen in this form factor. This is a 1988 model. It was made in February of 88, so it likely sold in the summer of 88. It's got, I can't quite tell how much 22, it's kind of messed up there, but probably quite a bit. I would guess several pounds. This is more or less a central system in a box. It's a 220. The model number, let's see if I can get it to be clear enough to see it. That's not the model, that's the operating voltage range. Where is the model number? There it is. It is model number 51HKA333-351. It's got an EER of 7.5, which is pretty poor, but who cares? It'll do a great job of cooling. It's rated for 19.5 amps or 4,400 watts, which is an insane amount of power. It's kind of dirty, but it's not too bad. Pretty minimal rust for the age. Over 30-year-old machine. It has a, I think we said this was a Bristol compressor. Let's see, does it say? Nope, it's a Copeland. It's a Copeland reciprocating compressor. It's probably a dual piston, I would imagine. We'll be able to tell by the sound of it once it gets going. The locked rotor amps is 95 amps. It's insane. Condenser fan, which is a pretty serious fan, and the motor information is unknown because it's all dirty. You'll find that out once we clean it. Coil's in decent shape. There's definitely some corrosion, not too bad, some rust damage on the real bottom. The drain is right here, so it would have allowed about maybe a quarter inch or so of water to sit in the unit. And interestingly, the compressor is mounted above that, so the compressor itself was never sitting in water, so that's in good shape still. There's some rust at the bottom, but really nothing too crazy. Overall, the condenser is pretty good. Can't see through it. I don't know if it's because of the way it's designed or if it's plugged up. It don't look like it's plugged up, but sometimes it can be deceiving. It doesn't look bad at all. No, I'm sure it's never been cleaned. Now, the only known issue that I can see before turning it on, let me get this off of here. Stand by. The terminals are not in the best of condition. We've already got a replacement terminal on there, and that just looks like it's terrible. So this one you can see is I'm gonna guess that the wire maybe was undersized, I don't know, but this is a replacement obviously, and it's in terrible condition, so we have to redo that. This is the original one. This could just be thick from insulation, I'm not sure, but it definitely needs some work there. They're all kind of screwed up. That's pretty bad. Wow. Yeah, that's that's really bad. So we're gonna have to redo all that. This is a potential problem, but not necessarily a problem. Sometimes when the wires age and the contacts start to oxidize and so forth, because this cover by no means is weatherproof, so this is more or less sitting outside. When the contacts start to corrode or oxidize, the resistance increases and therefore there's more heat. So sometimes the wires overheat and burn out like that, and everything's operating normally. Hopefully that's the case here. This could be a cause for concern, but hopefully not. We'll check the amps and see how it is. That capacitor looks pretty pathetic to be powering something like this, but that's what it is. Well, for now we'll go ahead and stick this back on. I don't like working with these terminals. It's a very very delicate area of the system because this is under a lot of pressure. If you make one error, that, you know, that's a big problem. But we'll get that all cleaned up and fixed. This is a terrible hack job because water is going to drip off of this, could drip down here and get inside these morettes and corrode that. So whoever did this repair probably should stay away from this kind of stuff until further education transpires. Got the schematic there. I do have the grill. It's over there. I'm going to try to slip this into the case so we can test it in the case. I don't know if I'm going to physically be able to do that. This is an extremely heavy piece of equipment. But I'll give it a shot because I'd like to see it run under normal conditions. I know it runs. We tested it up at Russ's place. Definitely works, but I'd like to feel it working as it normally would. This, of course, is going to end up in the living room at some point, maybe next year, depending on the electrical situation. This is a 30 amp. I only have 20 amps in there as of now, so I got to redo that run. Now, this is just a massive piece of equipment. The case is probably about half my height. It's just insane. Even the case is obnoxiously heavy. I've impressed myself before, so I'm not going to say that I can't do it, but I'm not super confident in this one. This is going to be very tough. Not a one-person install, but I think I could move around otherwise I'm not going to be able to pick that back up off the floor, but I can't find one. I'm not going to be able to pick it back up again. Actually, a lot easier than I thought it was. Got it. Now I'll put the cover on so we can see what it looks like. I would say these are kind of rare. There's not a whole lot of videos of these out there. I think this size and this form factor is kind of rare in general because didn't make it out in the public very often. It's mostly commercial. So I'm missing one of the clips from the right side, and this is cracked. So it's only going to hold on practically on the left side. Pull it forward. difficult to make something like that. He had bent something out of wires or whatever. Not a problem. So that's pretty much how it would be. It's not fitting generally how it should be. Good enough for the test. The knob for the thermostat is missing. So we'll have to, if it even is out of range, I don't know. It's so hot today, it probably isn't range. Where's the... I can't find the tool that I was just using. I was using some 9s. Where are the 9s? It's kind of agitated. Well, I guess I'll just need to. I don't know if this is in range. Let's see. I'm trying to hear this. Let's see what the problem. I don't hear any cooking. So, it might just be going straight to compressor on. I don't understand where those 9s are. It's very annoying. I just used them. Whatever. So I've got a ghetto extension set up here. And on the other end of this, I'll plug it into the laundry room. It's got a dryer plug. And this should give us 30 amps, 220. Yeah, I plugged this in before. Switch is a little dodgy. I don't like these button controls. I've never had good luck fixing or looking at these types of switches. So this might become a problem. Try to start with fan first. That seems to be pretty good. High is working fine. Medium is working fine. It's the low that's not working fine. I suspect that the fan only is low, so we'll get to see low through that. Okay, I'm gonna go plug this thing in and we'll see what happens. Hopefully nothing will happen. turn this exhaust fan off. And here we go. We'll start with fan. That sounds like high fan to me. Oh, lovely. All that dust just went right into all of here. Oh well, that's what it is. So let's see if I can get I should be able to put should be able to put a clamp meter on there. Set this up for temperature. Although I'm interested in the power draw, I'm a little more interested in the temperature. It's not as strong as I would have expected. I think what's throwing me off is that the Carrier upstairs right now, the International series, the register is smaller, so the force at which the air comes out with is very, very, very high. This is a much larger area. Alright, we got 78 degrees. And the airflow on the back is kind of poor. I wonder if the coil is blocked. Sometimes it can be blocked and not show it. Not look like it on the surface. I guess I'll take you to the other side. That's where all the compressor noise will come from. Bring you over here. We're going to go down to medium. Probably wind noise galore right now. So we got 80 on the temperature over there, so we're already getting delta 20. Kind of a glare on this. That's even worse. 57 right now. Much hotter air. Down to 55. Take a quick break from the temperature and we'll check on the amps. Tested this on the 220 with the electrical founding cord. Well, that's okay. We got this electrical misdemeanor one. It's safer anyways. 52. since it's only pulling 16, actually I should check both sides. 16 is reasonable. Make sure we've got that on both sides. The burnt leads is just a function of age or corrosion. 16 amps is totally reasonable. 16, 17. Because it's allowed to draw up to 19.5, and it's 80 degrees in here, over 66%. So it's under some load too, and we're still not anywhere near what it's allowed to draw. This thing is remarkably quiet. I'm trying to get you out of the wind noise. I'll take you back and zoom in. This is very quiet. I think most of that noise is all condenser noise. That's medium. That's high. Low, the fan went to low, but it cut the compressor out. So now we got to wait a few minutes for the head pressure to go down and we can restart it. So I'll have to take a look at that switch. Hopefully it's just a matter of lubricating it, because high and medium are definitely working fine. There's not a big variance in the speeds on this one though. It's not like you're going to get a lot less noise by running it on low than you would on high. I'm very curious to test this in the wall now, because I think that we're going to find it's actually pretty quiet. Because I can hear a lot of noise, but it sounds like it's all coming out the back. Let's see if it'll restart now. It might. Sure did. That compressor is so quiet you can't even hear it over the fan noise. Getting upwards of 90 or 95 going in now because all the heat recirculating. It's getting really hot in here. It's way more than 80. I can feel a 10 or 15 degree difference between the corner where the thermometer was and over here. 30-degree split at this point. Let's check the amps again. I can get this stinking probe out of there. I think this is electrically sound. I think the lead's just burnt off due to age and weathering conditions. Down to 50 now. That's on high fan. We can go down to medium fan. And this does not sound that loud at all. Definitely mostly, this might even be climbing with the International. I think most of that noise is out the condenser. This is not loud at all for the amount of air that's going through there, which is a tremendous amount. So we got sweat on a number of the rungs, not all of them. I'll get the drop light out, see if we can take a look at the compressor situation. It should be going back cold by now. Back, yeah, it's humid today. It's in the 70%. Yeah, it's 70% on the nose. Well, we'll have to let it run for a while and see what happens. We'll check the power again. Like kind of, because we changed the fan speed to medium. A lot of times it's a wash because the head pressure goes up, so you have more power draw on the compressor, even though the fan motor is drawing less. Well, I'm going to let it run for a while. We'll come back in, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes and see if it's sweating yet. Just a few minutes after I shut the camera off, it started sweating on the return. So everything is temperature stabilized around 47. I was taking some pictures of the machine, so I took the temperature away, but It's stabilized at 47 degrees with 84. Like I said, the ambient's going way up, probably closer to 90 over here. And the power draw is 17.4 amps, which at a 19.5 is super healthy. So it's running great. All I need to find is a knob. Got to clean everything out, lubricate the switching mechanism, and this is ready to go. What an awesome machine. See if the molded plug is getting hot at all. Slightly, but not anything crazy. Wow. What an incredible piece of equipment. Let's start it up one more time.